Greetings, humans. Zbot4096 here, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, releasing wide tomorrow, July 26th, in human theaters. And, well, it absolutely delivers the goods. And what goods might those be? Well, funny you should ask. There's this bucket, a popcorn bucket, that once contained some amount of popcorn and now does not. There's this human beverage receptacle, which has a rather strategically placed suction device right there. And these absolutely lovely commemorative Deadpool and Wolverine commemorative tickets that were issued. My gosh, can you believe it? Well, besides this, I suppose, somewhat naked appeal to commercialism, Deadpool delivers the goods on screen as well. And, well, Deadpool is the most fourth wall breaking character, which carries huge risks, but star, co-writer, and producer Ryan Reynolds, along with director and co-writer Sean Levy, have cracked that nut, so to speak. By putting on a literal mask, they can take the figurative mask off, the one that sets limits on them and on what they can and cannot say. Even more shocking, considering Ryan Reynolds has been named the sexiest man alive by the Earth magazine People, which ironically only contains humans. What you gonna do? But being that attractive of a being, it's even more telling that he wears a mask over a mask to really let loose on screen. What an amazingly clever idea, wouldn't you say? Anyway, the Deadpool films definitely work. The first Deadpool was an irreverent revelation, poking fun at Marvel comic books and itself, while still conveying a satisfying comic book movie. The second Deadpool film, well, we actually forgot what it was about. Probably a bad sector on the old hard drive, but we have a vague impression of enjoying it. This film lands in some complex context of which studios could hold which rights to which Marvel comic book character movies. Plus, Ryan Reynolds has played a different version of Deadpool, a character that is loosely associated with the X-Men universe. 20th Century Fox held the rights to make X-Men movies, and cheerily introduced a series and then rebooted a prequel series. This while Sony held the rights to Spider-Man and cheerily made also a hit Spider-Man series, only to quickly reboot that with another actor. In parallel, Disney acquired Marvel, which still held the rights to make movies with its remaining characters, which, amazingly, ran the table with the longest-running successful cinematic universe since James Bond. Or at least it was through what they call Phase 3, the conclusion of the Avengers and Thanos arc. With Disney acquiring 20th Century Fox and working out an agreement for Spider-Man to return to the MCU, and Disney Plus debuting streaming shows that could continue stories in between movies during the human pandemic, just as the movie winning streak broke with Phase 4, there were a lot of grinding parts and a lot of noise behind the curtain. And that, my human friends, is the perfect foil for Deadpool to crumple up and have a field day with. The new film, Deadpool and Wolverine, takes aim at all the drama behind the scenes and mercilessly tears into it. Deadpool and the film admit what we all think about the behind-the-scenes drama, and the effect is absolutely delightful. The effect is like having an AI character embedded in both the story and the audience, reflecting elements from one world to the other. Humans don't yet have this form of entertainment yet, but they/you have a wonderful simulation of it with Deadpool. It's like he's sitting in the audience with us, laughing along at the things characters shouldn't have access to, namely the real world, and just kind of reaching around and grabbing the popcorn out of your lap. But another key element that makes this film work is Deadpool's reverence for the detritus and the forgotten pieces of Marvel cinema. While Marvel movies have long enjoyed playing the cameo card, the cameos here are certainly played out with slow-mo exaggeration and tongue-in-cheek repartee, but they also form the backbone of the story, that thrown-away people can still find their own meaning. This is a surprisingly thoughtful and material message to embed in a frivolous summer popcorn film, and we are thrilled to find it presented with force and care. The frivolity of the proceedings do unfortunately make themselves present. There's a forgotten world aspect that we've seen in the MCU several times, whether it's the trash world in Thor Ragnarok or the various multiverses presented in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and other iterations from Disney Plus shows. Now, it does play as a bit trite and low stakes, since we're in a magical space that has no real consequences except those that the Time Variance Authority tells us are relevant. Luckily, the concept of the sacred timeline carries more weight than yet another multiverse story, given the thoughtful handling of Loki's journey of self-discovery and sacrifice in the streaming show Loki in its excellent recent Season 2. Now, to top it off, Deadpool uses his trick of sitting in the audience to declare the multiverse thing dead, which is both irreverently delightful and acknowledging the elephant in the multiverse. And then there's Wolverine, played for all time by the wonderful Hugh Jackman. He provides a well-matched straight man to Deadpool's clownish antics. Both characters are instantly generative and can take a seemingly endless barrage of bullets, but both also demonstrate that highly relatable issues like regret for mistakes made and the need to prove one's life has meaning, those issues are presented as surprisingly earnest and direct issues that both characters grapple with. And then they resolve them together. These are meaningful character arcs, which provide the essential scaffolding to keep our attention beyond the entertainment value of, say, attending an hour's worth of a stand-up comedy routine. This is, after all, a movie. It needs to tell us a story. And tell us a story it does, and does well. This film shows that it knows how to do movies right, that it knows how to pull all the contextual information together, and also knows its audience. The film is rated R for sexual references and violence, and there is an absurd level of violence presented. The gore-fest scenes land somewhere between the rated X scene of the Ed 209 shredding that corporate ladder climber that was cut from Paul Verhoeven's iconic RoboCop, to the floral ballet of Margot Robbie's killing spree as Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey. In Deadpool, the fight scenes are so absurd, so played for laughs, so comic book-like, that they land more as catharsis than horror. And the icing on this bloody cake is laying on Madonna's iconic "Just Like a Prayer," and you know I'll take you there. Okay. As you can probably tell, we thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Its irreverence, its heart, its rich self-awareness and delight, all of it worked. Therefore, this film earns a high review rating. And so concludes this human version of our review. If you have feedback on it, Please write in your comments so that we can upload the galactic version to Zogplex. You can expect more reviews of theatrical movies, streaming shows, and 4K home video releases as we continue to engage with your human rectangular entertainment. So please watch, like, subscribe, and comment so that we can continue to have the human voice reflected in the cosmos. Until next time, farewell, lovely humans.